Hello everybody! Welcome back to The Seasoned Vegan. I have a bit of a different video for you guys this week. It's going to be a little longer than my typical recipe videos because we're going to be doing a grocery haul, a little mini fridge tour, and then at the end I have a bonus fall recipe for you guys. So here's a sneak peek at that recipe. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and talk through this grocery haul. I'm going to show you all the vegan groceries that I get. Now this isn't every week. This is just an example of 1 week, but I'll just kind of go through item by item, talk about what it is, what I like to do with it, and maybe a few extra details when needed. So let's just start over here with these unhealthy things and then we'll get into the more healthy items. So I had to pick up some dark chocolate chips, some vegan chocolate chips, and I think I've mentioned this to you guys before. This is the Nestle brand, but my favorite one is the Enjoy Life brand. I just get the Nestle when I can't find it. And then I have some powdered sugar. I've got some hazelnuts here, and all these are for a vegan Nutella that I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make coming up here soon. So yeah, I needed to get all that for it. And then here I've got my cashews. You guys know I use a lot of cashews in my cooking for making like sauces, and I'm going to be making a granola with it as well. I've got my brown sugar down there also for my granola later this week, as well as that maple syrup. All of that is going to be going in that granola, and I will be showing you guys how to make that as well. So stay tuned for that. It won't be in this video, but probably coming up next week or the week after. I've also got some coconut milk here. I like having this on hand for things like desserts or soups. I think it's pretty convenient to have. And then we've also got some canned beans here. I typically cook my beans from dry, but for kidney beans I like to get them canned because I just read that it's harder to cook them from like scratch. I don't know. And then I have some mixed chili beans here, which I'm going to be using in our bonus recipe at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. We're going to be making an absolutely delicious fall soup, and these beans just fit so perfectly in it. So let's move on to some of the produce. I've got stock celery here. We go through a lot of celery in the house, so I usually go through about one of those huge celery stalks a week. And then I have my Better Than Bouillon vegetable like paste here. This is what I use to make vegetable broth. This brand also has a like not beef one, so it's like beef flavored but not with actual beef. Same thing with chicken flavoring as well. And then I've got my gravy master there, got some tomato paste. I'll be using this in the soup later on as well. I always like to have tomato paste on hand. I typically get the canned ones because sometimes the tubes can be a bit hard to work with, but that's what I have today. Got some zucchinis here. I like using these for zucchini bread and for sauteed veggies like on burritos and tacos. I've got some onions, garlic, and ginger, pretty much staples there. A lot of the vegetables and the produce here is stuff that I get every single week. So they know me at Sprouts. They know what I like to get because I see them like every week. Got a whole bunch of carrots. We go through a ton of carrots because of Captain. He is a carrot fiend. He loves them. We've got some kale, which will be going into our soup. I've got my green bell peppers, which I love to throw into a whole bunch of dishes. Avocados, sweet potatoes, lemons. I got 2 different types of sweet potatoes here. Love cooking with those. All right, let's see what else we got here. Also the green onions and the parsley down there. I don't know if I said that. Now, these dehydrated beans are absolutely amazing. I have been getting these for years. I started getting them because they're a wonderful hiking food. You just kind of like add water, heat it up, and bada boom, bada bang, you got yourself some refried beans. But I just kept eating them even though I don't backpack or hike that often anymore. I still just like them to have at home because they're quick to make and they are really easy. I'll be showing you how to make a burrito out of them a little later on in the video. Also, here's my super firm tofu. I found this one at Sprouts, and it was 3 for $9. No, 3 for $6. Yeah, so it was a really, really, really good sale there. So I picked that up. I've also got my Gardein plant-based ground beef here. I love using this in things like spaghettis, pastas, meat over rice, sometimes tacos, but I really prefer tofu taco meat, which I will be showing you guys how to make as well later on. Definitely not today, but another day. Got my soy milk here. Always have soy milk on hand. That is my favorite plant-based milk. And here's my favorite cheese at the moment. I think that the flavor is really good and it melts quite well. So, yep, got some peas and carrots. That is for Captain. It's one of his favorite treats. A big ol' head of cauliflower and a big ol' head of cabbage, which we will be using in our soup later. I am excited. I love a good old cabbage soup with beans and kale. So that is pretty much that. Captain is gonna come over and do another inspection for me. He's Captain Inspector. That is like his job, self-appointed job. So thank you, Captain. Oh, and then my bread. We have a lot of multigrain bread here because we love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in this house, and then sourdough bread for things like chickpea salad sandwiches or just dunking in soup. And then here, these are the grocery bags that I like to use. Since I do grocery shopping weekly, I like to take my own bags with me. That way I feel a lot less wasteful because I'm getting a lot of produce, and I just save my bags as I go, and it just makes me feel better. So yeah, I just keep this in my closet and I pull it out when I'm going to go grocery shopping. And these Sprouts reusable bags are my all-time favorite. They last a pretty long time. So now that we've walked through all of the foods, now let's put everything away. So let's start with our frozen goods and our fridge goods. We'll get those put away before they thaw. So we'll put the meat and the peas and carrots here in the freezer, and the freezer's kind of a mess right now, so I'm not really going to do a full tour of my freezer right now. I can do that another time, but I will be showing you my fridge. Also, these blueberries, we just keep open in the bag so that we can easily stick our hand in and offer them to Captain. He is also a huge fan of blueberries. So since he helped with inspecting the groceries, and he's been such a good boy, as always, he deserves 2 blueberries. Oh, he's such a good boy. He is so sweet. He's a gentle giant. I love him. Okay, back to the groceries. So let's finish putting these fridge items away. We'll move into the tofu next, and I am trying to do all of this one-handed, so it might go kind of slow, I think. I'll set you guys up soon so that you can kind of just watch me put everything away. But here's where I like to keep my tofu. Oh, and these dumplings I found at Walmart, and they are really good. Heads up if anyone is looking for dumplings. I like to make them in my air fryer. Super easy when you need like a really fast, quick lunch. I love it. All right, so tofu and cheese go in here. Got my silken tofu also for like my creamy lemon pasta and stuff like that. So since we're putting everything away, I'm also taking this opportunity to take out any like leftovers in the fridge. As you can see, I had like 2 pots of food in there. So we're going to pull those out, put them into different containers, and then put them back in. When I do a grocery run, I like to kind of reset the fridge. And since you guys are here watching me today, I figured I might as well clean out my drawers because they are looking pretty bad. So it's just a really good opportunity when there's hardly anything in the fridge to kind of wipe everything out. Not something that I always do, but since you're here, I might as well. So I just cleaned out the drawers there, and now I'll put everything back. And then we will do a real quick fridge tour so you can see what a vegan has in her fridge, if anyone is interested. So here we go. Also, it felt so good to wipe out the fridge, because the fridge is one of those things you're looking at all the time. And when it starts to get pretty messy, I don't know, it can just be kind of disheartening, especially when you're putting like new fresh food in. So clean fridge is where it's at. Now let's put everything away. I'm gonna put like the harder vegetables such as, cauliflower, carrots, celery in the bottom, and then the leafier greens and herbs are going to go in the top drawer. And I am just leaving that cabbage out because I am going to cook with it a little later, and I'll show you guys. So everything is going to go away. And that's pretty much that. So yeah, let me know if you guys enjoy this kind of video. I figured that since I show so many different recipes, you guys might be interested in a grocery haul, and you might be interested in, a little fridge tour and stuff like that. I have a pretty, large amount of cabinets. So I do have all of my cabinets filled. So if you guys, I don't know, if you would like a more in-depth video where I kind of go through everything else, you just let me know. But for now, let's just get into the fridge. So starting at the top of the door, I've got my butter, and then the door kind of just holds a lot of condiments and sauces. I've got an artificial beef broth there. This is where I keep my tomato paste, some hot sauce. I love this hot sauce. It's so good. Oh, I forgot I had a crunchy garlic chili sauce. I'm going to move it up front. And, yeah, got some ginger, my Better Than Bouillons, a random Del Taco hot sauce. I feel like everyone's fridge probably has a random hot sauce packet. Then I've got a bunch of Asian condiments, my soy sauce, my tamari for when my gluten-free friend comes over, sesame oil, my Worcestershire sauce, sweet chili sauce, so stinking good. I love sweet chili sauce. I've got some sriracha there, some white wine vinegar, some Asian cooking wine. What else we got here? Oh, a balsamic glaze. I forgot about that too, so I'm gonna move it up top so that I remember it, and I use that. I like having a balsamic glaze on a tomato with some salt. All right, we've got some Dijon mustard and some vegan ranch back there. And then here we've got some barbecue sauce, some hoisin sauce. I've got my vegan wine, sweet soy sauce, mustard, ketchup, just a whole bunch of random condiments, guys. More Thai sweet chili sauce. You can never have too much of sweet chili sauce, I guess. This is some dark soy sauce. Focus. There we go. Some yummy dark soy sauce. And then down here I've got my seeds, or some of my seeds, my hemp and my trilogy blend, my salsa. And then here's what we just put away, all of our fresh produce. I love seeing a full produce drawer. It makes me so happy. By the end of the week, it looks pretty bare. There we go. That's where I keep all my tofu and my cheese. And then this is typically where I keep my breads and my nuts and my seeds. So I've got my flax seed here, and then a big old bag of chia seeds. And then what's this? My chipotle and adobo left over, and those are just some dates. I also have a huge freezer bag of dates. They're in the freezer. I'll show that to you guys later. In this pot, we have some leftovers. So we're going to put that in an appropriate container. You can tell I just got lazy last night and threw the whole pot in there. And then I've got my pickles and my peppers here, and my sun-dried tomatoes, capers, stuff like that. And I keep a jar of pickle juice because I like to use that in my, what is it called? Oh yeah, my chickpea salad sandwiches. Didn't I just put those carrots away? What the heck? Random. Okay, what else? We got some leftover pasta. I've got a whole bunch of curry pastes and miso and vegan mayonnaise, my yogurt, my jam, and I think back there it looks like apple butter. And just some jams. That is an apple butter that I made myself, and it's probably pretty old at this point, so I should throw that one away. And then that freaking jam. I wanted to throw that empty jam bottle away, and my boyfriend was like, "No, it's enough for one piece of toast." So it's just gonna stay in there. Anyway, that is my mini fridge tour, you guys. There you go. It's looking pretty organized right now, so I felt like I could show it to you and not feel ashamed. So let's just get my bread in here. I like to keep my bread in the fridge as well. Some of my bread. I've got one of my sourdough loaves, and then my multigrain loaf. And we'll put the other multigrain loaf in the fridge, or not the fridge, the freezer, for safekeeping until we are ready to use it. So there we go. And like I said, I'm not going to give you an in-depth view of the freezer, but we'll just do a quick little rundown. Bunch of like berries and my green seasoning and just random stuff. My dates down there. So yeah, I'll give you guys like a better tour of that a little later when I have it a bit more organized. While we're here, let's just clean this. Here we go. Nice and clean. Looks so much better. All right, so that's the tour. Now what we should probably do is finish putting away the pantry stuff. So let's put away, here's my pantry. Well, I guess one of my pantries. This right here, this basket is where I keep my onions, my garlic, my shallots. I like to keep these items separate from my potatoes because I did learn that if you put onions and potatoes right next to each other, then they can make each other like go bad faster. So I like to keep my onions and my potatoes pretty far from each other. And yeah, so now I'm just putting away like the beans and all the other good things that I got. I have a container primarily for those dehydrated beans that I told you guys about. The brand is Mexicali Rose, by the way, if I didn't mention that already. But anyway, I have like a bin just for those because I swear I love those so much, especially when I don't feel like cooking. It's just such an easy meal. All right, so I'm putting my sugars away. And yeah, let me know in the comments, do you guys want a full pantry tour? Just let me know because it's kind of hard to gauge what you guys need and want. I want to help like teach you what vegans typically use, what they have in their kitchens. So you just let me know. All right, we're putting the ginger away. I forgot about that little guy, and I'm going to put my nuts away. Over here is where I keep a lot of my nuts and my seeds. Actually, not my seeds. My seeds I pretty much keep in the fridge, but my nuts I keep up here. Got my own cashew jar because I go through a good amount of cashews. I love them. I just love them so much. They are definitely my favorite nut. And pistachios. I love pistachios. Now these hazelnuts I don't typically get. I did just get them for the Nutella that I want to make because they were actually kind of expensive. Oh my gosh. So I don't think that's going to be a staple in my household. We're trying to save money here. But I am excited to make the Nutella with them. So yeah, I can also give you guys a nut pantry tour if you're interested another time. So, all right, one more thing to put away. My browning sauce, and this is where I keep oils and that kind of thing. I like to have things pretty organized. Okay, this is one of my favorite cupboards. This is my seasoning, my spice cabinet. Definitely want to do a full tour of that for you guys just because it makes me so excited. Okay, so food's put away. We talked about all that stuff. Perfect. Now let's handle these leftovers, okay? So what's in this one? Oh, my favorite beans that I was telling you guys about. These are the leftover Mexicali beans. It looks like this has a little bit of vegetables in here as well. I made some tacos earlier this week, and these are the leftovers from that. I had some roasted veggies and some meat and vegan meat and some beans. So I figure with these leftovers here, we'll just turn it into 2 bean burritos. One of my favorite things in the whole wide world. Just so satisfying and filling. So I just take the leftover beans with a little bit of that veg, put it on a tortilla and microwave it for about a minute and then wrap it up. And this will make me about 2 burritos, which is perfect. It'll be one for now and one for later. So here we go. Got a second one. There's the first one coming out of the microwave, and we're going to make the second one here. By the way, thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. Such a random video full of random activity, but I guess not very random, all related to the fridge and the kitchen and cooking. But yeah, thanks for being here. So yeah, I just wanted to show you, these are the Mexicali Rose beans. Love them. Love, love, love. So good. So let's roll this up. And I'm probably going to eat this one right now, and then I'll save the one on the yellow plate in a container for later. Maybe that'll be my breakfast tomorrow. Quick and easy breakfast. There we go, one steaming hot burrito. We'll get this yellow one all rolled up as well and put it into the fridge. Well, since it's hot out of the microwave, I might need to let it cool for a little bit, and then I'll put it in the fridge. There we go, right into a little container. Okay, burritos are handled. Now let's work on this pot. This is leftover meat and beans over rice, it looks like, and it was so good. So I just got too lazy last night and I put the whole pot in the fridge because I didn't want to take the time to put it into containers. So that's okay, I can do it now. So I'm gonna put it into 2 containers, so we'll have 2 lunches for the week. And this is a really good dish. I will definitely have to teach you guys how to make this one. It's a pretty simple one. I just used that Gardein ground crumble that I showed you guys that I bought today, and some kidney beans. It looks like some kale, celery, and onion, and a whole bunch of really good seasonings. Delicious. So delicious. And you guys know I love these to-go containers. They're just so convenient. Love. So let's get the lids on these and we'll stick them into the fridge. And then we will move on. We're getting closer and closer to making our bonus recipe, you guys. It's going to be very tasty. All right. Moving on. So here's the deal. I am going to eat this burrito real quick like, because I am super hungry. And then we are going to make the bonus recipe. Okay, so I will catch you on the flip side. One moment. And here's all the ingredients that we're going to be getting into when I come back. Got our beans, cabbage, potato. All right, you ready? So here's what it's going to look like in the end. And it's not going to be a super detailed recipe because, well, it's just a bonus recipe. I might make a dedicated recipe video for this soup, but I'm just gonna do it pretty fast and loose here for you guys. So basically I'm just gonna chop up some potatoes, and it looks like here I'm getting my vegetables broth ready, and I'm using the Better Than Bouillon flavor. I think it's like Italian flavor, because I want like a kind of warm rustic soup today. So we're going to go in with that, very herby and garlicky. Oh yeah, it's the Italian herb. That's what it said. So good. Highly recommend it. All right, so yeah, we're just small dicing our potatoes. Then we're going to small dice our onions. No, actually not small dice. It was more like a rough chop. I was hungry and just ready to eat. So I'm putting my onions in first and some oil in the pot, and then I'm going to add these carrots. Just give them a nice rough chop here. Easy peasy. And some cabbage. I love cabbage in an autumn soup. I think it's so good and very healthy. I'm a huge fan of cabbage, kale, broccoli, cauliflower, all the cruciferous vegetables. They're just so healthy, such great fiber. I love it. So here we go. We've got our onions cooking. Now we're going to get our garlic all smashed and chopped, and we're going to add that to the onion. And then we'll add in our carrot, and then the potato, and then all of our seasonings and our broth. So here we go. Nice small chop on our garlic, throw that in there. Perfecto. Okay, so here go in the carrots. We're going to get those nice and softened up, and then we will add in our seasoning. Our seasonings, our potatoes first, and then our seasonings. Nice. We're going to start with some salt. I think I put about 2 teaspoons of salt, some pepper, some nice black pepper. And here's some thyme. I love cooking with thyme. It's just dried thyme, not fresh. not fresh thyme this time. Just some dried thyme. We've got some smoked paprika, which adds such a warm, smoky quality to the soup. I think it really elevates the soup. It's so good. And then some crushed red pepper because I do like it spicy. Just a little bit, but it adds a nice warmth. A nice hit of spice. Okay, now we're going to go in with about a tablespoon of tomato paste. And that's pretty much it for the seasonings, other than our vegetable broth, which adds a whole mess of other seasonings as well. Nice Italian herby seasoning. And one other thing I forgot to mention was our apple cider vinegar. So we're going to throw that in too. I like to use apple cider vinegar, especially when I'm using canned beans or just beans in general, because I do feel like it helps with any type of gaseousness. So here we go. We're just going to mix all of our seasonings straight in to our pot of vegetables and then pour on the vegetable broth. And I did about 6 cups of vegetable broth. That was 4 that went in. And then I added in another 2 cups of just like plain water because I did a lot of the broth. So here's what it looks like. We're going to let that come to a boil. And while that's coming to a boil, we're going to prep everything else. So we're going to wash and prep our kale and then open up our canned beans. And now once it's boiling, I just turned it down to low and I put a lid on it for about 20 minutes, just so that the carrots and the potatoes can become fork tender. And once that's done, then I'll add in my beans, my cabbage, and my kale. So that's pretty much it. All in all, I'd say it takes about 25 minutes, 5 minutes, well, maybe 30 minutes, including the prep. So yeah, once the 20 minutes are up, then you just add in your kale, you add in your cabbage, your beans, and bada boom, bada bang. You got yourself a soup. There you go. So that's a nice bonus recipe for you guys today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and checking out my fridge and some of the things that I bought this week. I hope it was helpful. I hope you learned something or at least had a good time hanging with me. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below and I'll be sure to answer them. Also, let me know if you want a full pantry tour. I guess it would be Pantry's tour because I have a few. So yeah, or a seasoning, like spice cupboard drawer. I think I'm very excited for that one. So it's likely coming. But yeah, that's about it, you guys. I hope that you're having a great week. I hope you're eating well. I hope you're listening to good music and just enjoying yourself. Later on this week, I'll be putting out a granola recipe, a Nutella recipe, and also a vegan sausage and vegan sausage gravy and biscuits recipe, which I'm quite excited for. All right, guys. Well, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.